After the battle, Pompey takes flight with just a few compatriots, disguised, heading toward the south of Greece, where he quickly hops aboard a merchant vessel that is going out to the Greek islands, arrives on the Greek island where his wife happens to be. Her name is Cornelia, and she was, unfortunately for her, married to Crassus's son Publius, who had recently, you may recall, gotten his head cut off in the Mesopotamian plains fighting the Parthians. So it's been a rough time lately for her. Pompey arrives at the island where his wife is, gets off this lone vessel. The servant of his wife runs up to her. She runs up to the servant. It's a great story told in Plutarch where she's assuming that Pompey's won against Caesar. Now remember, Pompey has never lost a battle, was what the Romans said about him at this point. So she's fully expecting him to be victorious. And the last news she got from her husband was that there'd been that victory, in the Battle of the Walls at Dyrrhachium, and that this was just a mopping up question and that Caesar should easily be defeated. And she runs up to the male servant who is simply just crying. And he can't blurt out what's going on, but she puts one and one together and swoons, we're told. She runs down and meets her husband at the shore, sees the lone ship, not even his own, that brought him to the island, and blames herself and her own luck for what's happened to this great man who, as she said, was used to traveling around when he went to sea in fleets of 500 vessels of his own, arriving now on the back of some merchant ship to pick her up. Plutarch has Pompey giving his young wife, so recently widowed from her other husband, a little bucking up philosophical speech. Quote, "You have had, Cornelia, but one season of a better fortune, which it may be gave you unfounded hopes, by attending me a longer time than is usual. It behooves us, who are mortals born, to endure these events, and to try fortune yet again. Neither is it any less possible to recover our former state than it was to fall from that into this." End quote.